If I were to give you a guess on what my absolute favorite mixing and mastering plugin is, one of my favorite plugins of all time, the plugin that has actually helped me the most when it comes to going from amateur level productions and mixes to pro level productions and mixes, what would you guess? Well, it's not FabFilter Pro Q3 or 4, it's not Soothe 2, it's not Soundtoys Decapitator or anything like that. The plugin that has helped me most is a plugin called Metric AB, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I've got Metric AB pulled up here, and I'm going to go through it in a second, but really quickly, in case you don't know what referencing is just essentially where we take a pro level track, put it into our DAW, and listen to it every now and then and compare our track to the pro track and try to aim for the balance and the mix and like the depth of the pro track, and just really basically try to get our track to sound as good, if not close to as good as the pro track as possible. So that's really all it is. I don't want to go in super detail about that. The important thing for you to know is that if you're a beginner or intermediate or even advanced, you should be referencing, because it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you to get to that pro level sound much faster. The analogy I kind of like to give is like, especially if you're a beginner, if you're not referencing, you're kind of like throwing darts in the dark. Like you don't really have an ideal to aim for. So what happens is, let's say you're producing for several hours and you think everything's going really well. Like your track sounds great, right? But your ears have gotten used to it. So then what happens is you pull a professional track, or you go listen to your track in your car and you compare it to pro level tracks, and it just sounds like total crap. And what referencing allows us to do is to just start comparing your track to a pro from the get-go. And then you're making these mix decisions and production decisions like from the beginning, which is going to help you get to that pro level sound much, much faster. So it's really, really important. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got Metric AB here, and what we have down here, let's go ahead and work our way up. So each one of these is where you can put your reference tracks. So you can see right here, I've got 3 reference tracks. You can put up to 16, it looks like, which is a lot. I don't usually put that much. I usually have like between 3 and 6 reference tracks that I like to go through. And so each one of these is the reference tracks, and you can place them however you want. And then you click through here and it shows each one. And each one of these you can kind of customize. And so right here is the track I'm working with. And the first thing I want to show you, because this is really helpful, is the fact that you can loop sections of the track. So if I go ahead and click the loop, actually, if I go ahead and click the 1, what that's going to do is going to put a marker in here. And then if I hit loop, it's going to go like that. And now I can go ahead, and if I go ahead and, so we're on B mode. When it's this color, that means we're going to play the reference track. So let's go ahead and I will play it. The cool thing, so this is like the drop section of this track, and now I can just loop it, and then I can loop the drop section of my track. And so don't judge me, this does not sound as good as the pro track yet, but go ahead and take a listen. So this is a work in progress, but now I can loop the drop section of my track, and I can loop the drop section of this track, which is Morgan Madison. This track's called From the Start. Morgan Madison, an awesome artist. Go check him out. But yeah, so I can loop this section, and that's how you set that up. And now let's go ahead and talk about the ways that I would go ahead and, pinpoint different areas of my track. And so over here, you can switch it to mono, which is really, really helpful. So if I go ahead and play the reference, and then now if I go back here, it's really helpful to be able to just click mono and put both my track in mono and the reference track into mono. And then you could also click like sides. So just right there, I can hear on the side information, the stereo information on his track. And in his track in general, he just has a lot more high-end information going on, a lot of more instruments. And what I will say is that when you are referencing, you want to be careful not to think that you have to, completely match your reference. So like, obviously if I'm working on my track and I have a synth lead that's in the lower frequency range compared to the reference who has a synth lead that's like much higher, maybe it's an octave higher or something like that, you don't want to get caught up thinking like, oh, now I need to put a lead that's in the same frequency range. I need to match everything to them. It's not really about that. It's more like, okay, this is why their track sounds so good. What part of my track do I need to work on to make it sound that good? Yeah, you can check, sides, mono. This stuff's really helpful. You can do a lot more with this plugin that I'm going to go through today. I'm just going to show you how I typically use it. I tend to use my ears more than anything because what you can do up here is we have visual, there's a spectrum, and I'm just going to go ahead and play my track. Actually, I'll play the reference and I'll go through and I'll click each one of these and you can kind of see what it's doing. You can see he's kind of cutting, it looks like he's cutting the highs over here. But so this is spectrum, like if you have like this is the same, works pretty much the same as if you had the plugin span, but it's literally built into metric AB. And if you go over here to this correlation meter, to be honest, I don't really use this that much. Then there's the stereo image. So you can see his is like much wider up here and then kind of in the sub area is much more narrow. And so that's something that I could probably work on in my track. And there's dynamics. This is actually, there we go. You can show, because I do have a limiter on my master channel, so I'm getting about -8 LUFS. And then it takes a little bit of time. So you can say he's getting pretty loud in his master in his drop section, up to like -6, and then loudness section. This will also give you that information. It'll show the LUFS, and so let's just go ahead and play it. And take a listen. And once again, I can hear the muddiness in my track. It's kind of bothering me, so don't judge my track. I'm going to fix that for sure. It's a work in progress. So I don't use these as much. The thing I use the most is this section here, looping, and then if I go in right here, this is really, really helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and loop this section, and then I'll show you what we can do here where you can check each frequency range, which is really, really helpful. And you can even adjust. I'm not going to do that in here. I mean, you can get so in depth and like particular with this plugin that it's really amazing, but I'll go ahead and show you. So let's go ahead and I'll just play my track and then I'll go back and forth and I'll check this out. Whoops, yeah. So it's the low mids. The mids. And if I went back and forth. So, this is really helpful because it allows me to, like if I go back to low mids, I can just tell by listening to this that the problem I'm having with my track is that I have probably a little bit too much information in the low mids, maybe not as much as I should in the sub, and then I'm lacking in the mid to high range area, which is why the Pro track has more clarity and less muddiness, and it sounds better than my track. And so now if I go up to the highs, and I can even go to sub. Sub actually sounds fairly close, but if I go to the stereo image, I can take a look here. You can see though, his is pretty narrow all the way up to about 150 Hertz, which is good to know, okay? Now back to play it, now I'll go to bass. And by the way, I should have done this before, but I should have showed you this, but you can also, you can click this match button, this loudness match button during the section of your track, my drop section with his, and it's going to automatically adjust the gain to match with your reference. And you can also just do it manually by dragging this right here, but I'm going to click match again. And so there you go. And then you can reset. And that is what I like to use most. I like to have the references I like, loop a section, and then go in each individual or different sections and really use my ears. I can't stress enough that using your ears is like the most important thing. You know, if you start getting caught up on like spectrum analyzers and stuff like that, it can actually end up making things worse. And I really can't stress enough that to use your ears and really listen is like the most important thing when it comes to mixing and mastering and producing. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up for Metric AB. I hope you like this video, and I hope you grab it as soon as you can. You know, like I said, wait till it goes on sale. It's been a game changer for me. I'm telling you guys, like if you're not referencing, you really just need to get on that ASAP. And this plugin makes it really, really easy. I cannot speak highly enough of this plugin. I used to use a different plugin before. I won't mention the name. Well, I actually forgot what it was. And it was okay, but then when I discovered Metric AB, I started using it. And it was like amazing. It's a game changer. Okay. So I hope this helped. And if you are an EDM producer and you want to learn everything you need to know about mixing and mastering, as well as some mentorship that goes along with that, please check out the description below. Book a Zoom call with me. We'll talk about what your goals are as an EDM producer. And I can see about getting you enrolled in my course, Mix Emergence. It's not just a course. It's also a private group. And you also get some private one-on-one coaching calls with me. I really, really care about getting students to that next level and just like really getting this mixing and mastering stuff down. Go ahead, look in the description below, book a call with me, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. All right, see you later.